And absolutely, this is how it happened. Shout out to my sponsors, Manji Water, Sense by Yaya, Sand Trap versus Everybody, Raising Cane Apparel. This is Antrell McLean. Welcome to On Site.
I'm gonna ask you some of these questions, but I'm finna be Byron Allen right now.
Let's do it.
Check this.
Shout out to the GOAT.
That's the GOAT.
That is the GOAT.
I don't care what nobody say. They don't even
That is
know.
the GOAT.
They don't even know.
Nigga, you take on Spectrum? Come on, we ain't gonna get into it, but shout out to Byron Allen.
They can't block him out for so long.
Can't block him out, but for so long. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, what is your overall intention at this point with your videography as a tool?
Let me make sure I word this correctly. My overall intention really is to bring value by teaching. Cause I think that's the long-term game for me, right? I'm a creative, but it's only gonna get you so far. And I understand that it takes a team in order to get to that next level. So if I'm gonna become, let's say, Issa Rae, then I need to make sure I got enough people around me that know what they doing on a film set, right? And if I'm not in a position to pay them people, if I can't get them those Hollywood salaries right now, because don't nobody want to come out for $50, $100. I'm just gonna be realistic. This is us talking. I'm just gonna be real,
That's how
right?
it ends up. Yeah.
So if I can't do that, then I have to be able to give them some type of value. And I feel like I paid that sacrifice. Like Jay said, I did that, so hopefully you won't have to go through that. So I went through film school.
Right.
From the aspects that people really want to know, I am an open book. That's why I don't understand why people be like, they can't talk to me or they feel timid coming to talk to me, because I'm really an open book. If you DM me, and this is probably gonna mess me up once we release this, if you DM me, I will most likely answer your question. Okay. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and hold a freaking, we not finna write no 4-page letter.
Right.
That's gonna come with some type of compensation. But if you you generally need to know something, I wanna build. Because that person is reaching out to me might be the next Issa Rae that needs help, and I could be the person that helps bring it all together, or I know those pieces.
True.
So my overall thing with my videography is, number one, to stay connected to the music. I didn't say that. Stay connected to the music, and to teach people that they could actually do this.
Okay.
And they don't have to spend the $56,000 like I did. I don't know if I'm putting out too much information, but yeah.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
We're gonna ask you this one. Okay, so would you like to be the Hype Williams, the Ryan Coogler, or would you like to be Antrell more so?
I have to be Antrell.
Right.
And it is a great honor that some people have dubbed me the Hype Williams of our area. I was humbled by that, but I have to be me. Right. I have to create my own identity inside the film world. I have to establish my look. I have to establish my creative style, and I'm not gonna do that if my aim is to become Hype Williams. Of course, there is a precedent, like, the great Kobe Bryant, his precedent was Michael Jordan. Right. He molded his game after Jordan, and we see similarities in the style of basketball they played, but they were two separate players. Right? They had their own style. They had their own flair. So I got to do the same thing. I got to be me. And if you see visions of Ryan Coogler, if you see visions of Quentin Tarantino, if you see visions of Hype Williams, absolutely, I'm influenced by those people.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we got to be Antrell.
I'm gonna ask you a question. I know this is gonna be an open-ended question. How hard is it for you to watch television or a movie
I should probably, if my wife was here, she'd be like, I can't do it. And that's probably the most honest answer, because after film school, I break down everything. Like I'm trying to figure out where the lighting is coming from, and I want to hear, are they actually using in-camera audio, or is that ADR? They dubbed it in the studio.
Right.
All of that type stuff. I can point out when the CGI special effects come in. Like I analyze the crap out of film. As soon as it starts rolling. But, and I will say this, since film school, I absolutely take that extra 7 to 10 minutes to watch the full credit roll, to give people the respect, because as I'm trying to figure out the lighting plots. So now I want to actually learn who did the light.
Right.
So now I can go and study more films of theirs and, like I said, emulate to where I can become as good and get to that Hollywood level of lighting films or being the director of photography.
Wow.
Like, yeah, I'm into that now. I'm breaking it down. I have to watch the credit reel.
So, okay. I'm gonna make a statement and then I just want you to speak to it.
All right.
So, a lot of people that's credible create a tree, right? Mm-hmm. So, at this point in time, you've already started creating a tree of influence as far as anybody that does video in the city. Who would you say that you could say, I feel comfortable saying I come off this tree of influence from them? For you.
For me? Mm-hmm. Oh, he's not from the city, but like anybody that follows my career know, I got my start. The person that turned me on game, his name is Reginald Denton, aka Chief Tex. Chief Tex. That's my guy. To make a long story short, I met him on a video shoot in 2011. I was featured on a track. Shout out to Bang Out, Jay Stiff and Ill Will.
Okay.
I was featured on one of their tracks called My Baby.
Okay,
Chief Tex was the director of that video.
Okay.
And I think the allure was, like, I was really in artist mode. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to look the part and sing my little R&B parts on the song and all of that. Yeah. But I stayed on set the whole day. This is right around the same time that the guys that I was doing music with, we had started recording our performances.
Right.
So I had a little JVC handy cam, and you know what I'm saying? And Chief Tex pulls up, and now you got this train of beautiful women following him, and you know, we all like, yo.
Yeah.
So I pull out my little camera, and the first thing he says is, yo, you should shoot a little behind the scenes video. Didn't know what in the world I was doing.
Right.
Didn't have an editing program. The first, I think I did that little behind the scenes on Windows Movie Maker.
Wow.
I shot it to him, and he was like, yo, for your first job, wasn't too bad. Keep going. And same thing. Anytime I would reach out to him online, he was an open book. You know, I'd go pull up on him. We'd sit and talk for 30, 40 minutes at a time. Like, he just continued to encourage me. Right. To the point, like, I think 2 years later is when I decided, I wanted to go the film route and apply for Full Sail.
Okay.
So, I got my start from Chief Tex. Like, my father is definitely my biggest influence. He was doing it way back in the 80s and 90s. He was recording all the family reunions, and, you know, when your sister got married, he was the videographer. So he started, I guess, that passion lied dormant.
Big time dad cam.
Yes, he does. Matter of fact, I have it in my studio right now. I use it as a showpiece.
Yeah.
Anybody watches my YouTube films, you should just look in the background behind my talking heads. I
remember you did a video, you mentioned it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I kept that as a trophy. Like, that's really how I got my start. But in the urban, with the music videos and all of that, I have to give credit. Shout out to Chief Tex. That's the GOAT for me.
Okay, so.
Damn it, I forgot. See, but when you come in the studio and it's your studio, they always tell you put your phone on silent.
Yeah, I hit that button.
But you in your studio and you're sitting in the hot seat and it's your damn phone that goes off. You gotta love it.
Segue, because right quick we're gonna talk about phones.
Phones, yes.
Because I think we just briefly spoke about this. Okay, so you got a video on your YouTube where you're talking about can you professionally shoot with a phone, right?
I did.
Okay, and so the last few years, the phone cameras have gotten better and better and better. But you will not understand the technical part of that.
Yes.
It's called computational photography. It's all through the computer chip, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you can't really control but so much of that. How much of a threat do you feel like the phone is in its previous state and in its current state is to a videographer?
Man, I think everything comes down to a person's preference. Like, I say this a lot on my YouTube videos when I'm doing like tech review and stuff like that. It's really just whatever you prefer.
Right.
So I heavily shoot with my iPhone. And I've even been curious as to, because I know some of these phones, like one of those Samsung phones shoots in 8K.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious to complete a project with a cell phone. But I don't think it's gonna be a huge challenge. Like if you have learned, like I have, to shoot on a camera, to me it's too many challenges with fully shooting in the phone. I need a whole bunch of extra pieces that now this is extra equipment I have to go out and acquire.
Make it look like
right.
shooting with a camera.
So if I already got my setup, then I'm not gonna switch.
Right.
Now, I think if you're talking somebody that is looking to get into it, again, it's gonna come down to their preference. You're basically learning the same thing.
Exactly.
How much do you actually want to learn? Because I feel like with the phone, a lot of this stuff is gonna be simplified for you. And a lot of these apps, like you still gonna have to understand, basic aperture, and you're gonna have to understand how to light values, all that. But
it's easy to push a button.
Yeah, it's very easy to push a button, then have to manually rack focus on this freaking big ass cinema lens.
Right.
If this iPhone is gonna do it for me,
that's true.
So I'm on family vacation. This is my thought. I'm on family vacation. I'm absolutely shooting my phone.
Yep.
All right, I don't need to take this extra bag and all of this gear. I got all of my footage being backed up to cloud storage. I'm gonna shoot it in my phone.
True story.
It's a professional job. I've been paid thousands of dollars. Yeah, I had to pay JetBlue the freaking $140 for all these extra bags because I got to bring all of this stuff.
Right.
That's my view on it. It's really gonna come down to preference. So
it's not a threat.
It's not a threat at all. I don't think it's a threat at all.
Yeah, I didn't imagine it was like that. Honestly, the main reason why I shoot with mobile devices myself is just simply because of the challenge. If I can make a 1-inch sensor look well, and you can teach me to make it look good,
yes.
What can I do with a Super 35? What can I do if I got, a cinema camera? What can I do with those? Because then you don't have to teach me all the basics anymore. You can just say, hey, listen, like you done told me, you got to get it off auto.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So then I go to that point where nothing's in auto anymore. I'm pulling focus and all those different things. The buttons that's on the camera is not just there for no reason.
Facts.
A phone can't emulate all those buttons. I play with all the apps, and none of the apps that I've seen was able to give you all of those buttons. There's one app that came close because it gave you custom buttons.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't see where a phone will ever be like a direct threat for the simple fact that everybody that shoots video admits to the same thing that you said. They'll pull their phone out and kill some B-roll real fast.
Facts.
Put it back in their pocket, and then they'll get on.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
And to what you're saying, I think an added advantage is for somebody that were to start out with mobile photography and videography first. they're gonna have a specific skill set that I may not have, because now you've learned all those apps. You've learned all of the functionality within the phone itself. With me, I'm still on the basic, I open up the camera that's got the autofocus or the ISO that goes all over the place, and I have the most terrible time trying to grade this iPhone footage because I haven't learned all of the apps. Right? So someone like you have an added advantage because now you also know the same knowledge that I know with the camera.
Right.
But your cell phone videography is that much greater.
Right.
So it can be a gift. It could be an added skill set. And at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's a skill set.
That's it.
That's a skill set.
Like it's just something in the toolbox.
Absolutely.
So in the city, okay, there are a few other videographers. But honestly, in my opinion, I consider you to be very established in videography.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Okay. Every time I look on, I got Brick Capital on my YouTube. I support everybody. Or if I look on Facebook to look and see what type of video the city is producing, either they use Brick Capital Video or they're shooting on their cell phone live and it has no kind of structure. Why do they do that instead of coming to you? I want to get your honest opinion as to why do you think they don't come directly to you?
So I've done a few projects for the city, for the town of Lee County, the town of Sanford, the city of Sanford. I don't know if it's a combination of, no, I have the answer. I had to think about it and channel the teachings of one of my online mentors, Mr. Eric Thomas. I haven't learned the city's language yet. Maybe that means right now I'm still a little bit too rough around the edges. Maybe the majority of my content and my look is a little bit too urban for their liking. But like I said, I have done some of these jobs, and absolutely, I killed them.
Yeah.
I killed them.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody in the city sees my work when they pay their water bill. Everybody. And I'm not afraid to put that out there. You see my work when you pay your water bill if you're from the city of Sanford. Yeah, that's me. So maybe, and like this response, maybe I'm just a little bit too urban. I haven't learned their language.
Right.
And I don't fault them for that.
Nah.
That's on me.
Yeah.
It's on me to be a master of the game. That's why we play the game.
Right.
I'm sitting in this interview now because, like you said, me being established has grown my company to where people are seeking answers and they appreciate the knowledge and they want to hear the voice. Yeah. So that's my answer. Maybe in the future I need to work on polishing my look and developing the language of the city.
One more. And then
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm going to leave it alone. Well, two more.
All right, let's go.
Two more. Okay, so the first one is going to be an easy one. No matter where you go or where you're going to be in a day, before you leave the house, what piece of tech must you always have on you?
What piece of tech?
At all times.
At all times? Including or excluding my cell phone? It's got to be my phone.
Excluding your phone.
Excluding my phone.
Excluding your phone.
Excluding my phone. What piece of technology that I have? You know what? Me being a videographer, you would think it's my camera, and it's probably not.
What?
It's probably not. The piece of technology.
And it could be simple technology, because
always
technology
have.
go from the wheel all the way up to the ear.
It's not my camera. It's actually my battery charger. It's my own, I don't even know, it's an own extended battery charger.
Yeah.
I guess that's the
I
little
got you.
cheap joint I picked up from Walmart.
Juice box.
Yeah, my little juice box. There you go. It's my little juice box. Because my thought pattern is I do have a camera with me because I got my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I also have an audio device if I need, for whatever. I got all these, I got a smartphone. I have a computer in my pocket.
Right.
I need to make sure this thing stays powered up. So
Right.
that's my piece of tech, because we collect payments with this joint. If I'm out doing a vendor's event with my daughter, the phone is the cash register. We want to take them payments. They swiping a card, so we need to make sure this joint got power. So yeah, that piece of tech is my juice box.
Okay, all right. I imagine a lot of people need to get up on it, because the last few phones that came out, whether they be an Android or iPhone, I keep hearing them talk about the battery life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't never worry about battery life, because I keep one in my pocket too.
Facts.
I keep a juice box with me. Now here's a question with the current, I'm gonna say, climate of America. I don't want to say it's gotten better, but I'm gonna say it's eased on down due to the fact that we're dealing with the pandemic. You know, people have to come together,
right,
in strong, crazy times. But prior to the pandemic, it was a whole lot of racial issues.
Yes.
And racial tensions was getting uneasy. So throughout all that, people have formed their minds a certain way. But a lot haven't. The upper echelon, I'm going to say, haven't.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the question I'm going to ask you. When you make films or any type of video project, would you prefer to be known as a black filmmaker, or would you prefer to be known as just a filmmaker?
I'm an artist. Hands down, it ain't no more to it. I'm not black, I'm not white, no one is. I'm a firm believer in that. Like, we as human beings are not a specific color. My skin is not black, and I still haven't met a white person to this day.
No.
Right.
No.
So I'm an artist. I want to create, I want to be known, I want to be remembered for leaving a legacy, a tradition of building great creative filmmakers, great entrepreneurs.
Right.
Because it's expanded. My entrepreneurship is expanded outside of film.
Yep.
But I'm an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Like Prince, my all-time GOAT, is an artist. Biggie was an artist. Outkast, an artist. I'm an artist. I don't have a skin tone. I'm an artist. Okay. Remember me as an artist.
Okay. So we're gonna see now. You open the door for me to ask you. I didn't want to avoid it, but I wanted to get other type of questions. First, did you see the new Goody Mob video?
I have not, and I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Punch it in.
I didn't even know I knew
Big Boy.
I knew Big Boy and Sleepy got a project coming at some point. The Big Sleep.
This is Goody Mob.
But Goody Mob, no, I did not know they had new material. I have to check that.
It's basically the Dungeon family. No, it's not Cool C and a lot of the other people you've seen before, but of course, you know, Rico Wade was on boards for the project, probably. You got Goody Mob and you got Big Boy, and Sleepy was in the video. He just didn't perform in the video.
Got you.
Only person that I felt like was missing was Andre 3000. You know what I'm saying? And so I still don't know what's going on with 3 Stacks. I'm ready for 3 Stacks to do something. I don't care if we ever get a solo project.
I think it's done. I think I watched an interview with 3 Stacks after his verse was removed from the Donda album.
Right, yeah, I heard about that.
And basically, my interpretation of his words were, he said something along the lines of, when music is a young man's game, and when you're in that moment of making music, you're in that time when you're on top. Everybody wants to be remembered. You don't want to continue to make music to where it tarnishes your career. Mm-hmm. And I think, especially for me, but for a lot of people, I believe 3 Stacks is a GOAT. Mm-hmm. And with him sporadically coming and jumping on features, Anderson .Paak and Kanye, and like, it gives you that hope that one day we will get that album. Yeah. Because we know it's one. Yeah. We know it's one.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. He might get it, but I was telling my cousin the other day, I was like, I think the closest we gonna ever get to a 3 Stacks album is The Love Below.
Facts.
I think he did that on purpose.
Facts.
So now that we talking about music, you do music and you're an artist.
I am an artist. Absolutely.
Do you have any projects in the hopper that we need to be looking for?
Yeah. I got a couple joints. Like I currently have a little R&B joint streaming. It's called Role Play. Y'all can go check that out. Go check that joint out. Stream the Role Play. Like, I'm not afraid to say. Well, of course, I'm not a rapper, so It's not uncommon for R&B guys to work with other producers, other writers. Mm-hmm. So I went and got with probably one of the dopest creatives from. I don't even think he's really from Sanford. I know he has roots in Sanford, but I think he's from outside. A gentleman by the name of Solomon Hedden. Okay. Like, go look this cat up. Okay. I think his primary genre might be Christian, but again,
contemporary type.
If you listen to his sound, you will not define him. You will not put him in a Christian box. Yeah. He is an artist. He's worked with Toby Nagwai. I think I just probably butchered his name. Yeah. But he's worked with Toby, a whole bunch of people in the gospel world. Like, dude is major. So I got a couple tracks from him, some big time producers from our area, specifically Sanford. I got some Scald and Beach tracks. I got some work with T Will. And some lesser known guys strictly from the area. But I wanted my project to be a moment in time, my moment in time. So I definitely got some joints that's coming. When it's coming, I don't know.
All right. Is this the finale?
This is definitely the finale because I'm a filmmaker now. I am a teacher now. Yeah. I am a candle entrepreneur. Shout out to my daughter and Sense by Yaya. Right. Like, I got so much more on my plate. We was making music at 25. Right. I'm in my 40s now. So, this is the finale. Okay. And I hope it's classic like the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Okay. But I'm going to credit all my people. No disrespect, but we know how that situation went down. I'm going to credit everybody for this. They helped me create this moment in time. And we going to ride off in the sunset, baby. That's what we doing.
I started Sense by Yaya during the pandemic. My parents bought me this candle kit to keep me busy, but my love for crafting quickly turned it into a business. Each candle is 100% soy wax with half clicks. Sense by Yaya! Hand poured and made with love. This is the part of the script where my dad would say to buy some candles, but you're gonna do that anyways. Help support future pilots. Sense by Yaya!
Yeah. Southman, I hear you. See, I told him I can't talk about nothing I ain't doing, I ain't done because I don't want to be nothing I ain't. You feel me? B&P. Hey, Hill.
I say I did it, then believe it, done it. Talk about it cause I live it, ain't no need for frontin'. If I'm about a bar out, then believe about it. Just raise your glass and that's on me. Traded in my swag to move up in class. Grind hard like a boss so I can pop a tag. Y'all think I'm arrogant, I earned the right to brag. GH and me, that's on me. I put my heart in this one, call it my 8 mile. So let's get acquainted cause I'll be here a while. The 808's booming and the treble going wild. Accuser throwing the illest party is guilty without the trial. This ain't no type of stuntin', this is what we always do. So rock by the caseloads, you thought we part of Diddy's crew. Ball out on a Thursday, just to watch the Heat play. On the beach in Ochoria, Cozumel the next day. Some people call it splurging, I say a lifestyle. Or jealousy from those that envy the way my money pile. It's simple mathematics, add it up and multiply. Subtract the ones that ain't for you, divide, fan by business time. So know it's business time and ain't nobody stopping me. Work my craft, hold my fate and leave it all in history. So I'ma let the lyrics go till they get the best of me. Active captain of my team and you can bet that all on me. Say I did it, didn't believe it, done it. Talk about it cause I live it, ain't no need for frontin'. If I'm about a bar out, then believe about it. Just raise your glass and that's on me. Traded in my swag to move up in class. Grind hard like a boss so I can pop a tag. Y'all think I'm arrogant, I earned the right to brag. GH and me, that's on me.